They will tell you to be balanced, to be kind, to keep your edges soft. They say focus is about finding your passion or working smart, but they lie. Balance is weakness, passion is fragile, and softness is a knife they place at your throat. The truth is colder. Only ruthless focus and unshakable will carve out power in this world. You've seen it. The masses drown in distraction. Their minds rot on entertainment. Their will dissolves in comfort. They beg for shortcuts, and when life strikes them, they break like glass. You cannot be them. You cannot afford weakness. If you want to rise, you must walk the road they fear, the road of Machiavelli, the road of cold psychology. You don't ask permission. You don't wait for motivation. You build a fortress inside your skull. Every thought becomes a weapon. Every distraction dies at your feet. Focus is not gentle. It is violent. It means killing what doesn't serve you, silencing what doesn't strengthen you. If you stay here listening, you will change. But it will not be easy. You will shed illusions, cut ties with weakness, and replace comfort with cold steel. You will learn how to dominate yourself first, so nothing external can dominate you. If you are ready, comment, "I choose ruthless focus right now." Let the weak scroll past. This is the blueprint for the untouchable. First, the ruthless foundation. You cannot build focus on a shaky ground. If your foundation is weak, every distraction will topple you. Look at the average man. His mind is a scattered battlefield, his will owned by trivial desires. He thinks he's free, but he is shackled by impulses, social approval, and cheap pleasures. If you want ruthless focus, you must burn that foundation down and build anew, stone by stone, cold and deliberate. The first truth: you owe the world nothing. Strip away the illusion that you must serve every demand, answer every message, bend to every expectation. The weak are slaves to obligation. The strong cut the leash. Focus is not found. It is seized by eliminating everything that dilutes your will. Every yes to others must be weighed as a potential dagger to your own purpose. The second truth: emotions betray you. The world trains you to follow feelings, to chase motivation, to collapse when you don't feel like it. That is slavery. Machiavelli taught rulers to distrust sentiment, and you must do the same. Your foundation is discipline over emotion. You act not because you feel like it, but because it must be done. Cold, merciless consistency, that is power. The third truth: your environment is your cage or your weapon. Most surround themselves with weakness, gossip, noise, shallow voices. Every environment shapes the mind. You must shape yours into a fortress of clarity. Cut the toxic, silence the trivial, destroy every distraction that does not serve your rise. Build surroundings that sharpen your will, not soften it. If you are ready to build that foundation, declare it. Comment, "My will is my foundation," below. Let the herd cling to comfort. You will step onto the stone path of ruthless focus, and once built, nothing can shake. Second, the Machiavellian mind. Focus without strategy is wasted energy. To rise above the herd, you must not only control yourself, you must think like a ruler. Machiavelli understood the truth. Men are driven by self-interest, fear, and illusion. To master yourself, you must first master those forces inside you. Your impulses are peasants clamoring for attention. You do not negotiate with them, you command. Your mind is a battlefield, and you are both the tyrant and the architect. The tyrant rules with discipline, no thought allowed that weakens your will. The architect builds with precision, every belief, every value chosen to serve your rise. Together, they forge clarity that slices through noise. The herd drifts because they live by accident. You will not. You will live by design, even if it feels ruthless. Detach from the illusions others worship. They bow to emotions, to trends, to public approval. You cannot. A Machiavellian mind is cold, not because it hates, but because it refuses to be controlled. Detachment is not weakness, it is armor. When praise comes, you smile, but remain unmoved. When hate comes, you endure, unbroken. To the outside world, you appear untouchable. Inside, you remain focused, sharpening your will while others waste theirs. Control perception, starting with yourself. If you believe you are ordinary, you act ordinary, and the world treats you as such. But if you embody power, clarity, and inevitability, others unconsciously submit to it. The Machiavellian mind is not loud, it is quiet, calculating, deliberate. Every move is chosen. Every word is a weapon. Every silence has purpose. You will no longer act randomly. You will act strategically, always. The final key, never reveal all. Weak men spill their ambitions, their fears, their distractions. The Machiavellian mind guards its inner kingdom. You become unpredictable, unreadable, and therefore unshakable. In focus, this means you never waste energy explaining your mission to the blind. You simply execute. The shadows of secrecy give you power. If you understand this, type, "I rule my mind before the world," below. Let others reveal themselves. You will remain the enigma. With a Machiavellian mind, your focus is not just ruthless. It becomes absolute domination over self and perception. Third, killing distractions. Distraction is the silent assassin of power. It doesn't strike with force. It bleeds you slowly, stealing minutes, then hours, until your life is gone. The weak call it harmless. They joke about wasting time as if time were infinite. But you know the truth. Every distraction is an executioner, and if you don't kill it, it will kill your destiny. You must become ruthless with your attention. Machiavelli advised rulers to eliminate threats before they grow. You must treat distractions the same. Notifications, gossip, pointless scrolling. These are not small annoyances. They are rebellions inside your kingdom. Every time you indulge them, you betray yourself. A ruler doesn't negotiate with traitors. He cuts them down without hesitation. The psychology is simple. Distraction thrives on weakness. Your brain craves novelty, cheap dopamine, effortless escape. That craving is the weapon the world uses against you. Algorithms, media, shallow people, they are merchants of weakness, selling you slavery in disguise. But you will not be bought. You will starve distraction by denying it attention, by training your mind to sit in silence until silence itself becomes strength. Build rituals of elimination. Guard your time like a tyrant guards his throne. Every moment has a price, and the price is your future. Before you give it away, demand, "Does this serve my rise?" If not, it dies. No compromise, no tolerance. Others will mock you, call you extreme. Let them. They are corpses of wasted potential. You are carving a different fate. Distraction is not just external. It hides within. Self-doubt, overthinking, mental noise. When these voices whisper, silence them with action. Thought alone is a trap. Execution is the blade that cuts through. Every time you act with discipline, you kill another distraction. Every time you endure boredom without escape, you forge another layer of iron in your will. If you are ready to slaughter distraction, comment, "I kill what kills my focus now." Let the herd scatter their minds across noise. You will sharpen yours into a weapon so precise it terrifies mediocrity. Once distraction is dead, only power remains. Fourth, turning pain into power. Pain is the currency of strength. The weak run from it, medicate it, disguise it. They spend their lives chasing comfort, then wonder why they die fragile. But you are different. You understand that pain is not your enemy. It is your raw material. Steel is forged in fire. So are you. Without pain, you remain soft. With pain, you become unbreakable. Machiavelli wrote that fear can be more reliable than love. Apply this to yourself. Fear your weakness more than you fear discomfort. Fear a wasted life more than you fear temporary suffering. Pain is the tax every great man pays for power. If you run from it, you pay with mediocrity. If you embrace it, you buy strength, clarity, and ruthless focus. Most people collapse under pain because they assign it false meaning. They believe pain is punishment. They cry out, asking why. But you know better. Pain is not a verdict. It is a tool. Every time you suffer, You are being given a weapon no one else wants. The question is simple. Will you wield it, or will it wield you? When you suffer, you have two choices: collapse or convert. Conversion means you channel pain into precision. Use it to fuel discipline when motivation dies. Use it to sharpen focus when fatigue whispers. Pain becomes a forge that burns away weakness. Every scar becomes a seal of authority. You endured what others couldn't. That alone separates you. There is psychology behind this. The brain adapts to what it survives. Pain hardens neural pathways, carves resilience into your nervous system. What once crushed you eventually bores you, and what bores you eventually empowers you. Soon, suffering that would break another man becomes your baseline. You are not avoiding pain. You are raising your threshold beyond their imagination. That is how rulers are made. But here is the darker truth. You can even seek pain strategically, not recklessly, but deliberately. Choose discomfort daily: cold, hunger, silence, exertion. Each self-inflicted hardship is a rehearsal for life's ambushes. When chaos comes, you will not panic. You will not beg. You will already be trained in agony. The enemy will strike, and you will smile, because pain is your native tongue. If you accept this path, comment, "Pain is my power now." Let others beg for ease. You will embrace the fire, shape it, and emerge as something they cannot comprehend. You will walk through storms untouched, because pain did not destroy you. It crowned you. Fifth, master of perception. Power is not only what you are, it is what others believe you are. The world judges through perception, not reality. The strong know this and exploit it. The weak deny it and are devoured. If you wish to become untouchable, you must master perception as ruthlessly as you master your will. Understand this. People rarely see truth. They see symbols, signals, images. They construct stories about you from fragments. Control those fragments, and you control the story. Appear disciplined even when weary. Appear confident even when uncertain. Appear detached even when chaos surrounds you. Perception becomes your armor and your weapon. Machiavelli declared that a ruler must learn to appear virtuous even when ruthless. You must do the same. Never reveal your full hunger, your full ambition, your full contempt. Hide the claws beneath the velvet. Project composure, but act with calculation. Men will trust you, follow you, underestimate you, all to your advantage. When you finally strike, they will never see it coming. The psychology is merciless. Humans judge within seconds. Your posture, your eyes, your silence, all are signals. The herd broadcasts insecurity, neediness, weakness. You will not. Your every gesture must whisper control. Hold eye contact without blinking. Speak with precision, never flooding words. Pause when others panic to fill the air. Silence becomes your ally. Confidence radiates from restraint. But perception is not only about others, it is about the mirror. If you believe yourself unworthy, the world senses it. If you cloak yourself in certainty, the world mirrors it back. You cannot fake endlessly, but you can become the mask you wear. Choose carefully the mask that serves your rise. Discipline until it fuses with identity. Soon, perception and reality become one. Guard your secrets like treasure. The fool overshares, exposing his weakness. The Machiavellian hides intent, revealing only what strengthens perception. Let others guess your motives. Let them drown in speculation while you advance in silence. Mystery multiplies power. What is unknown terrifies more than what is visible. You will become an enigma, untouchable, because no one truly knows where to strike. Yet remember, perception is not vanity, it is strategy. You do not seek admiration for its own sake. You seek it to manipulate the field of power. Influence flows toward those who radiate strength. Protection comes to those who appear inevitable. Opportunities open for those who seem destined. Craft your image until doors unlock before you even knock. Do not confuse perception with lies. Lies rot, truth endures. Perception is selection. You choose what to reveal, what to conceal, what to amplify. Like a sculptor, you chip away the excess until only the masterpiece remains. The world does not need to see everything. It only needs to see what ensures your ascent. If you grasp this, comment, "I control the image, I control the game now." Remember this, reality is important, but perception bends reality. The master of perception becomes the master of fate, and that, if you dare to claim it, is you. Sixth, the fortress of will. Your will is the final fortress. Without it, every strategy collapses. Without it, distraction breaks you, pain breaks you, life breaks you. But with it, unshakable, ruthless, immovable, you become untouchable. Will is not given. It is built, brick by brick, through relentless discipline, through dark patience, through merciless self-command. Imagine a fortress on a hill. Storms rage, enemies circle, time itself erodes stone. Yet the fortress remains. That is what your will must become. People around you crumble under pressure, seduced by temptation, broken by fatigue. But you stand, cold, enduring. You are the wall nothing can breach, the gate no one can force open. That is the essence of power. The weak believe will is emotion. They think it comes from motivation, inspiration, excitement. But motivation burns out. Inspiration fades. Will is different. Will is the iron law you impose on yourself when every feeling rebels. It is action without excuse. It is consistency without mercy. That is why it terrifies people. They cannot comprehend acting without the drug of emotion. You must train your will like a tyrant training soldiers. Daily, you impose discipline. Daily, you force obedience. Each time you resist temptation, you add another brick. Each time you choose the hard path over the easy, another wall rises. Slowly, your will becomes a fortress, and once built, no one can grant it, and no one can take it away. It is yours alone. But understand the psychology. Willpower is finite in the moment. The brain resists strain. That is why most collapse quickly. Yet, like muscle, willpower grows with use. Push further, and the threshold expands. What once felt impossible becomes routine. What once broke you becomes casual. That cycle builds a fortress so vast that others cannot even imagine its size. Machiavelli taught that rulers must be feared enough to deter rebellion. Apply this inward. Your will must be feared by your own weakness. When laziness whispers, it must retreat in terror. When doubt rises, it must collapse under your command. Your will becomes the tyrant that rules your mind. Not cruelty for cruelty's sake, but control for power's sake. Detachment is vital. The fortress cannot sway with every storm. When fatigue arrives, you endure. When insults strike, you ignore. When temptation seduces, you refuse. You become indifferent to noise, anchored in action. Stoicism is your mortar, cold focus your stones. While others chase feelings, you build permanence. The darkest truth, the world will conspire to break your will. They will mock you, tempt you, shame you for refusing weakness. This is the test. The fortress is not built in silence. It is built under siege. Every attack is another chance to reinforce the walls. Every betrayal, every loss, every setback, add another stone. Endure, and the fortress only grows stronger. But there is more. The fortress is not only defense, it is a weapon. When your will is unshakable, you dominate by sheer presence. People sense it. They see you cannot be moved, cannot be swayed, cannot be broken. They bend unconsciously, because against unyielding will, their weakness stands exposed. The fortress commands respect without a word. How do you begin? Start small but brutal. Wake when you said you would. Work when you don't want to. Resist indulgence when every nerve screams for it. Small acts of will stack into monumental walls. Over months, over years, the fortress rises. And one day, you will realize nothing external has power over you. You decide. Always. If you are ready to build this fortress, comment, "My will is unbreakable stone." Now, remember this. The world respects strength it cannot touch. When your will is that fortress, you are no longer human in their eyes. You are inevitable. Seventh, the crown of ruthless focus. There comes a point when all preparation must fuse into one thing: presence. Not scattered effort, not half measures, presence. The crown of ruthless focus is not just about discipline or pain or perception. It is about embodying power so completely that every part of you screams inevitability. The crown is not a symbol you wear, it is the identity you become. To wear this crown, you must abandon the last chains of mediocrity. The world thrives on keeping you distracted, docile, and predictable. Every system, entertainment, gossip, consumption, was designed to dilute your power. To claim the crown, you must step outside that cycle. You no longer chase comfort. You no longer beg for validation. You no longer play the fool's game. Your focus becomes absolute. Machiavelli warned rulers to never depend on the loyalty of others. Depend only on force, strategy, and your own resolve. Apply this to yourself. Do not depend on moods. Do not depend on luck. Do not depend on outside approval. Depend on your ruthless focus, sharpened will, and unshakable detachment. The crown is heavy, but it rests only on those who can carry it without trembling. Understand the psychology of mastery. Most people are slaves to impulses, bouncing from thought to thought like cattle. But not you. You are no longer a slave to novelty. You have trained your brain to serve you, not betray you. Every time your focus holds when distraction calls, you hammer gold into your crown. Every time you endure when pain bites, another jewel is set. The crown demands sovereignty over time. Time is the only true currency of life, and the weak spend it like beggars. You, however, hoard it, guard it, and invest it. Every hour aligned with your purpose is another stone in your fortress, another glint in your crown. Wasted time is theft, and you will not be robbed. The crown is forged in hours others surrender, but focus is not just cutting away, it is choosing with precision. You do not chase every path. You choose one, then burn the rest. The herd spreads themselves thin, and so they remain fragile. You concentrate everything, your energy, your attention, your will, onto what matters most. Concentration of power is the essence of dominance. When all your fire burns in one direction, nothing withstands it. With the crown comes isolation. Few will understand you. They will call you obsessed, extreme, even dangerous. But obsession is the price of greatness, and danger is the fragrance of power. Do not fear their labels. The crown is not meant for the crowd. It is meant for the ruler who stands apart, feared, respected, envied, but never ignored. That ruler is you. Perception now becomes reality. With the crown, your focus radiates outward. People feel it when you enter a room. Your presence silences chatter, commands attention, unsettles weakness. They sense your unshakable will, even if they cannot name it. You are no longer just a person. You are an event, a force, a phenomenon. That is the power of ruthless focus crowned in mastery. The Machiavellian truth: the crown is not gifted, it is seized. No one will hand you respect. No one will hand you clarity. No one will hand you destiny. You take it. You seize every second, every ounce of discipline, every scar of pain, and you craft it into this crown. You do not wait for life to permit you. You carve it from stone with your bare hands. But beware, the crown is tested daily. It is not permanent. If you grow complacent, it slips. If you indulge weakness, it cracks. That is why vigilance is eternal. Every day you guard your mind, you renew your focus. You sharpen your will. The crown rests only on those who never forget its weight. The herd falls because they grow lazy. You will not. The darker truth: the crown isolates, but it also liberates. You no longer need constant approval. You no longer need cheap comforts. You no longer bend to the tides of weakness. You move by your own law, your own will, your own vision. Freedom belongs not to those who chase everything, but to those who master themselves. The crown is sovereignty, and when you wear it fully, life bends. Opportunities seek you, allies respect you, Enemies fear you, not because you beg, but because you radiate inevitability. The crown of ruthless focus makes you a storm, silent at first, then unstoppable. And in that storm, nothing shallow can survive. If you are ready to claim this crown, comment, "I am crowned in ruthless focus," below. Say it and mean it, not as a wish, but as a declaration. Because the world will try to test you, tempt you, break you. But once crowned, you will not bow, you will not beg, and you will not bend. And finally, if this message carved into you, if it struck you cold and deep, then sharpen the blade further. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications, because what waits ahead will not make you comfortable. It will make you powerful, and power is the only crown worth wearing.